Okay. Well, we'll talk about your drinking after the recording. Welcome back, everybody, to the Caller Brother podcast. This is us on video. This is what we look like.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey.
What it be?
Yes. Okay. We're all doing our thing. We got two guys in polos and one guy in his sleep shirt. I'll let you figure it out which one it is.
Somebody ain't working. Somebody, one of us ain't got no job.
If you're working on a Sunday, something wrong.
Yeah. So what it is, if you're still listening to us, then it's okay because we're still going to be on audio too. So we'll make sure that everything's still okay for people who aren't looking at the video cast. But welcome to the Caller Brother podcast, and we love you guys and we missed you guys, and we're here to give you all the same cool things that we gave you before. Mike with family, friends, and relationships. Jesse, as he's dubbed himself, Mr. Entertainment. Nobody else calls him that.
Thank you. Everybody's clapping. Thank you.
Nobody. I don't think anybody. You want me to put some? You want to put some clap sound effects in this for you?
Please do. Please.
Okay.
Ain't nobody clapping.
It's deserving.
I don't think it's deserving, but I'm not going to judge you too.
Nobody cares.
This is nice. Did you add some reverb to that? That was nice.
No, I think we get some feedback.
That was auto tune.
I'm in the studio right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
y'all mind if I eat my almonds? You know what I'm saying?
Most people don't mind. I mean, they mind when you eat on a podcast. So if you could not eat the microphone.
All right, real thugs eat almonds.
That's not
hashtag that.
Real thug in front of something.
Never use that.
Hashtag real thugs eat almonds.
Hashtag. You mean nuts?
Hey, we back. No, not nuts. Pause.
Okay, no. Okay, you said it. That's going to be the title of the episode.
No, you said it. Yeah. Hey, we back, baby. We back, and we excited.
Yes.
Right. Can we get to it? Can we get back?
No, but for real, did you add some reverb? Now it sounds like a bit echo going on. Did you add some?
It does. I think it's you and your playback over there. You might want to turn your playback down a little bit.
And something is going on with your visual. You like blotchy.
No, he's fine.
That's his regular face. Are you talking?
I'm talking to Jamal.
That's Jamal. That's his regular face. He's just blotchy. Deal with it.
Sorry, I have a skin condition. Okay, what do you
check your Wi-Fi. TG Tech moment. You shouldn't be blotchy.
What is wrong with you today, man?
I don't know. I think we should restart this.
Yeah, I'm happy. It's pushing for us to get back in the studio for a long time, and you guys have been
not been doing.
I've been pushing us to get back.
Okay.
The listeners been waiting to hear what we got to say, bro.
Yes.
Maybe they are. Okay, so to keep us on track, everybody, how about we do this? How about we jump right into Mike's segment because he always starts us off with something cool. Mike, what do you have for us today?
Get it.
Breaking news. Yeah, I just came up with that.
Okay, I
don't like that. That was my intro.
What instrument was that? What instrument was it?
Look, watch it again. Breaking
Is that a trumpet?
It's whatever sound you want it to be.
For everybody listening, he said ba ba ba, but if it's a trumpet, he's doing like drums. I don't know.
That's me hitting the keyboard, bro. That's the keyboard and the sound. But anyway, breaking news, everybody. So if you have heard or been listening and watching, ITT is paying back students for their loans. So if you went to ITT, we've just found out that they have a $3.9 billion settlement with students to pay back some of that money from that school. So I was just wondering what you guys thought about that. Do you know anybody that was going to ITT back in the day, and what's your thoughts on that?
I thought this was a big story because growing up, I remember seeing those commercials. You guys remember those commercials like late or early 2000s where they just made you feel like trash if you were looking at Jerry Springer or Maury? It would be a dude like, hey, man, what are you thinking about? Not, living up to your best potential? Well, get out your butt and go to ITT College. I'm like, I guess I need to go to college then.
Yeah, they have very good advertisement. Good advertisement.
And
go on, dude.
And to add something to that, I am an ITT alum, so I am looking forward to either hopefully seeing a refund or getting the loans removed from my credit. I'm not sure yet. They haven't given much detail, but it's really has me baffled on what's the outcome going to be at the end of all of this $3.9 billion. Where's it going to go? Who's it going to help? But go ahead, Jamal. You were saying something.
No, tell us about your experience.
This leads into his experience because some of the degrees were like, all right, I can't give you a information technology degree, so we're going to give you a degree in computer arts or something like that. There were a lot of made up names for their degrees because legally, I don't know if they could use like the proper terminology. But every time people took their degree somewhere, they'd be like, "What is this? This is trash." It says you have a PhD in macaroniology. What is that?
Like, that is exactly what happened.
If Jessie had it, that's exactly what he came out with.
Do you have a PhD in macaroniology?
So
yeah, macaroni technical. Macaroni tech.
I was supposed to have a degree in SAP, software application programming, and
okay, nice.
I started working for IBM for about 6 or 7 months, and I had a older guy that was going to mentor me in the programming for them, and he told me to switch over my credits to UC, University of Cincinnati. So, me happy and chipper going over to Cincinnati UC to Cincinnati State, going over there to try to get the credits. And as soon as I walked through the front door, the lady looked, she said, "Oh, ITT." And these credits mean nothing.
Oh,
I was like, what?
So you lived the real thing. I just was reading some of the testimonies, but somebody actually said that to you.
Yes, these credits means nothing. And I was like, wait a minute. The commercials are still out there. It said accredited college credits. And she was like, no, you're going to have to either test out of these classes. And if you fail the test that we're going to give you, that's about a $2,000 charge because there's a teacher that has to sit there to watch you take the test. And you're going to have to sign up to take the class all over again. The class is about $7,000-$8,000. So now I'm looking like, well, I'm
pay for
$30,000 in the hole to ITT right now. And I'm like, now you telling me you about to put me another 24, 25K in the hole to do everything over. And, you start going back and thinking, and you like, I really didn't learn much at ITT. They gave me a program. I mean, they gave me a book on learning internal, external information about what it is to go to school. Like I spent 2 quarters learning if I was invested in school. We didn't really work on programming. We didn't really work on, you know what I'm saying? That didn't start till like maybe the second semester. And that was like, I got to learn how to make a calculator, .txt, .lbl. That's as far as my knowledge went. And I'm a year and a half in. So now I am thinking like, wait a minute, I was sold a dream and maybe I should have knew better. I'm thinking, because I'm getting these straight A's, I'm thinking, okay, that's good enough. That's great. But in actuality, they wouldn't teach me anything.
That is crazy, dog. Well, here's the hoping that you get a check in the mail for your wasted time.
Right. I hope you're one of the ones. Just remember your homie. If you do get that.
Wait, why do you have to pay you? Oh, because all the time.
I'm just saying, no, remember your homie. You get the fat ITT check. You know what I'm saying? Some people might be getting paid $5,000-$10,000. You don't know what's coming back. They haven't decided what they were going to refund. That'll be interesting.
Go ahead.
I know we're just getting back, and I know you're used to your old ways.
I apologize. Go ahead, my brother.
I was going to say this is for your benefit because I have no skin in the game for ITT. I'm just saying, don't forget your homies that been riding with you ever since those ITT days. You know what I'm saying? If you get big kickback at $30,000, something like that, you never really know.
Come on,
Jamal, we don't know. It's $3.9 billion. You think they're gonna send these people checks $200?
When these kind of situations, like you may be a part of some sort of class action lawsuit, somebody gets a check in the mail for like $20 usually.
Then that's what I think it's gonna be.
Yeah, that's true, and that's what sucked for ITT a double time. So it really doesn't matter that we were talking about this.
It just layers on the embarrassment. Like, I got a degree in macaroniology, but I also got a check for $20.
For $20, so then I hate ITT all over again anyway. So
let me open that wound. I'm sorry.
I received one of those letters too, one of those little small cardboards that's saying there's a bunch of lawyers right now in Ohio. Court system
working on your behalf,
right? And the second letter came. They were like, "Well, for the first quarter, it looks like you got like 6 credits that was worth 0.25 cent compared to everybody else in Ohio that went to school at that time." And I'm like, "Okay, so what does that tally up to?" And I think they said I should receive a check in the mail for like $6.75. So it's coming. I guess it's coming whenever, because the letter that I got was like 8 months ago. So the second letter came maybe like a month and a half ago. So We can split $6.75, Mike. You know I got
That's
you.
not enough
boy.
for one chalupa meal. What are you gonna do with that?
Any day that'll help, bro. I appreciate it.
All right.
Now, can you tell us? Do you mind telling us how much you actually spent when you went?
I was about 62,000 in a hole with ITT. 62K.
Ooh,
two years, about 62.
Interaction. You can say, "Stop knocking on my door." That would have been perfect for the podcast. That's perfect.
Okay, that's why I just pressed record right now because everybody, I just had paused because my kids were knocking on the door because they need more time on their tech. I got timers on all their techs. They don't have a lot of screen time.
That is good. You're narking on yourself finally. So I like this.
It was my fault. I'm sorry. So if it seems a little disjointed, everybody, we're talking about ITT. So we're going to jump right back into that in the tail end. But I apologize, everybody.
So no, you're fine. Jesse said he was 62,000 in. I was wondering, did any of it pay off?
No. Okay. I paid off probably about 25 to 28K of it. And the rest was sitting out there, and I was waiting to see. They did remove one of the other hustles that ITT had going on. So while you in ITT, they were like, well, we'll give you a laptop, and we'll put the money towards the loan. So I'm like, okay, I definitely need a laptop. I'm doing programming. It will help me. So as I go to sign for the laptop stated $500. But if you compare it up front, they were hitting you for $1,800 for the laptop over the 2-year span.
But they financed you a laptop.
They did a Rent-A-Center thing. Like, this couch is $200, but you know,
here is where it got crazy. Of course, find out what was going on towards I say 4 years after I'm getting out of there, and I'm not really paying on my student loans. You know, life happens. You have kids. You're trying to take care of your family. That laptop bill jumped up to about $18K worth of interest. Yes, in about 6 or 7 years.
Was it like 40% interest? What do you?
Yes.
What? Oh my gosh!
Yes, I think that's the one that they removed off. I don't know what Joe Biden did about. No, I think that was during Obama's time. I don't know what he did during his election, but he had some stuff removed off. So, but that's it. I just wanted to throw that last tidbit out there. How ITT was really scamming.
Okay, cool, man.
Cool. Sorry about that. I found a button on here that I can raise my hand.
I do not like this at all. This is not going to.
All right, just as a break, everybody. This is our first time doing a video cast. So Mike found a raise hand button. He's just been raising his hand for the past 30 seconds.
I love it because now y'all can shut up. And when I got something to say, then I can just raise my hand and we can take our time.
That's not what the button's for.
I'm putting the rule out here right now. When you got something to say, you freaking raise your hand, let it pop up on the screen.
Rules are discussed outside of podcast hours.
No.
That's like Shorty Red from the 5 Heartbeats. Rules are discussed.
Whatever that is.
No, he's talking about, my office hours are from, 9 to 5.
Okay, well, here.
All right, he's doing it again. All right.
Now moving on from ITT.
Yeah.
I would like to talk about a thing that I did was really fun. I asked that you both or all my relationships out there to check this out. I took my wife on a date night. This is a relationship date. We had a good time. It's called the Learning Kitchen. Real thugs go to the Learning Kitchen.
I thought real thugs ate cashews or something.
Little real thugs.
Lead the thugisms to your boy.
Lead the thugs out. Lead the thug.
I shouldn't even try. I'm curious about this date.
All right, real thugs go to the Learning Kitchen. Okay, so if you have a significant other and you want to really impress someone, you want to take them out to something special. Could be a little pricey. Just depends. There's different type of places that allow this, but it's called the Learning Kitchen. And it was a pretty amazing moment. My wife is really big and into cooking and preparing food and figuring out different ways to make dressings and all this good stuff. So I surprised her with her birthday gift, and I took her to this place called the Learning Kitchen. I'll plug it again, the Learning Kitchen. Look it up, Google it, the Learning Kitchen.
You have no phone number for it? No email address?
No.
Phone number?
No, Google. This? I said Google the Learning Kitchen. Google.
2022. Who are you going to call? Is this the Learning Kitchen?
A lot is going to come up when it comes to the Learning Kitchen, but okay.
Okay, well, that is a good point. The Learning Kitchen for culinary items, okay? Gotcha. Not for anything else, okay? Thank you. I have to make that disclaimer.
What else can come up from the? Okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
A lot of things that come up from the learning kitchen, Jamal. It could be some different things.
Okay.
But so the learning kitchen, we went in and they have what it is a place that I actually help you prepare your meals or prepare your food. So it's salad, entree, and then they didn't do a dessert, but I think there are certain meals or menus you can plan to make desserts. But what you do is they have a well-known chef or a person that's been in the business and been a chef for many years, just teaching you and showing you how to prepare different meals.
Okay.
So the first part of it, we went in and you get your aprons. You find a section of they have like a 20, it's like a 20 stove island where it's 20 places for people to come and learn how to cook, and they do their tutorial in cooking. So what it was, you'll find your spot by your stove. Everybody had a burner, 4-burner stove, things like that. You would prepare your salad first. Once you prepared your salad, you would sit down, go back and prepare your meal and meats. But it was just really cool because it was actually, they show you how to use your knife. They show you how to, they show you how to just cook your chicken, make your salad. They make your own dressing. Like we made our own dressing right there, then and there. It was delicious. So we had a great time. It was just something that we could do. It was for couples. It was about $185.
Ooh.
So it was really expensive, and it was cool. It was cool. We had a good time.
Yeah. So as a person who is not great at cooking,
love it.
As a person who's not great at cooking, would it be something for me? Would I embarrass myself in the kitchen here in front of my other classmates?
Absolutely not, because they do it in a way to where they rank you by the chef will ask who's a 0 at cooking and who's a 10. And then you will go around the room. It's a community type of thing, so you don't feel like you're by yourself.
I got a question. If you were you
didn't
raise your
hand.
I'm always against the grain. We already know this, so let's not even.
Okay, well, go ahead.
He was explaining my question, but you just want to interrupt.
Go ahead. But go ahead.
So if you were 0, do they put you with the other zeros? So like you on
no.
That's just you like Play-Doh food in the corner.
Yeah. That's just your regular life. That's just your regular life. That's what society. That's what society does. I just want to make sure
if I'm in the kitchen, I don't want them to put me with the other zeros.
Yeah, that's what
the person I'm on a date with.
Hey, you can't grow from other zeros.
Do they give you a bunch of plastic utensils and like, all right, here's a bowl of cereal. All right, figure it out.
No, the zeros got the McDonald's hat over there. No hate to people that work at McDonald's, but
that was a lot of hate, but it's okay.
No, I'm sorry. But no, to say that, no, what they do is they ask you get ranked. You great. I don't know if you can hear me. My mic keeps just trying to come into frame. All right. So you get ranked 0 to 10. So if you're a 0, they'll say, I have no, like I told them I was maybe a 2. My wife's an 8, 9. I'm a 2. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, we'll make sure. I mean, in your eyes, that's fine. I don't, if that's what you feel about me.
It's a 2 out of 10, right?
Huh? It's 0 to 10. It's 0 to 10.
And you said you were a 2.
0. No, I was a 2, but he said I was a 0. But that's fine because Jessie,
he told you that in front of you. Oh, Jessie told you that. Your teacher did.
Yeah, not the teacher. This was Jessie. Just me. Okay. He didn't say I was 0, Jamal. I did pretty well. But
I thought you did good. I saw the pictures. I thought he did.
Yeah, actually looked great. I would have ate it.
I was amazed. We cooked chicken, simmered chicken in oil, however you do it in the pan. I don't know all the lingo, but it was like 8 minutes that chicken was done. Chicken breast, 8 minutes done on each side. Usually I'll be overcooking chicken all the time. I think people get scared with chicken. They think, okay, I can't see no pink in there and it's got to be completely no pink. But that chicken gets done faster than what we think. But anyway, you got 0 to 10. He walks around. He asks each individual, what's your cooking rating? What do you think you are? So then the people who are lower, you could tell that he hovers around them a little bit more, or checks on them just to make sure we're not burning stuff up. I did burn my chicken a little bit because I had it on high and I didn't follow directions a little bit. That was okay.
So wait, but if I could paint a picture here, you said I normally overcook chicken, and you're like, I kind of had my stove on high, and Like, what were you going against the grain just by instinct? Like, did he tell you guys to put the chicken on high? Like, what made you put the chicken on high?
I messed up.
That's what I was headed to.
Hey, you can put your hand down. You can put your hand down now. You got to release the button, or it's gonna keep there. You put your hand down. So what happened was they have the state of the art stove. You don't have a dial. They have digital display stoves.
Nice.
So if you swipe your hand up and down the stove, it turns the temperature up and down. So I was a little heavy-handed with it. So I was like, and then I didn't realize what dot it was on until I noticed
at the end of it.
Yeah, it was like the bubbles were getting bigger towards the end. Right? So wait, I'm looking at mine and everything. Everybody else kind of simmering. Mine's smoking. I said, hold on. What's wrong with my chicken? I said, I think I need to flip my chicken. I need to flip my chicken like right now.
The fire's supposed to be coming from my chicken, teacher.
Right. So then I looked at it and I was like, oh shoot, the dial was up too high. So I had to go down like two knots. And my wife called it and she was like, that's why your chicken burning, because it was too high. So I turned it down. It was fine. It was a little charcoal, on the other side. It still was delicious.
Char. It's a little char.
A little char, but it was still delicious. So that's our date night. That's my relationship date night moment for this.
You would recommend for any listener?
Absolutely.
For a single man trying to meet someone on a first date, is that a nice place to go?
Bruh, absolutely. Even if you ain't taking a date, go, and it's like it's $85 or $70 to go by yourself, but you're not by yourself because they have a spot, they have 10 or 15 people in there. You go, you get to drink wine, there's beer sales there, and you can just sit and just enjoy people's company because everybody's just trying to have a good time and trying to learn how to cook.
Did you see many single people there? Was it like
let me see.
It sounds like a date night kind of situation.
No, they have a couples night and they have singles nights and they have it's not it's not they have like couple meals that they prepare with couples, but it was you saw, single friends were there. They were just hanging out, learning, just having something to do. So man, it was really cool. It was cool. I would definitely do it again. It's a little expensive. It's not that every week type of deal, but it's maybe a once a month on a baller budget type of deal that you can go. But I would recommend anybody that has an opportunity to take their girlfriends, wives, whoever, go check out mom. There was some people in there with their fathers and mothers, and it was Mother Day gifts and Father's Day stuff, but it was fun. It was a good time. We laughed and we learned something, and some stuff I didn't learn how to, stuff that I didn't really know I knew, and how to, to cook. They changed it, and I was able to see like, okay, this could be cool in a different, if we
had how not to burn chicken. I got it.
Step 1: don't turn it to Satan's butthole. Just keep it on medium circles, right? Is that what you got to do?
It's always someone that likes to kick people down when they already know.
Nobody's taking you down. Or just I'm recanting your story. That's all I'm doing.
We already discussed that. I accidentally burnt the chicken a little bit, and the smoke flames. It wasn't fun at the time.
Beep. Did you have a smoke alarm go off?
No smoke alarm going off. I like that, Jamal. Thank you.
Okay. All right. I see it. Okay. Thank you for that, Mike. This sounds like a great date night. And I think I'm going to try it with the missus too. Jessie, I recommend you try it too for a first date kind of situation.
And we could do it as a group. It could be a squad thing it could be a podcast where we can actually
great plan.
Now that we've made fun of you for burning, I don't want to burn something and you stay in front of the class. Aha! See you.
No.
He said he don't want to be next to a zero. That's what he said.
No, we doing this. We doing this. No, we gonna book something next time. We gonna get it together. And we gonna go and we'll just all go and hang out. It'll be cool. Bring the wives and girlfriends. It'll be cool. I'm telling you, it's phenomenal. Great time.
Good deal. All right. Well, thanks for that, Mike. Like always, you always have a good word for us for the family relationship.
Tell me after the podcast. I know.
Okay. All right.
Get off my job.
I can't stand him, bro.
I can't take a compliment. I see that.
I see that.
Hey, don't make fun of me for burning, but also don't compliment me for doing a great job. I don't know what kind of relationship do we have.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, I'm going to jump right into it with the teaching tech moment. Do we still have a theme song?
Teaching tech moment.
Teaching tech
news.
He was going to do the news.
We're not changing perfection. Why are we changing perfection?
He was trying something new. I thought he was trying something new.
It's on the meeting. It's on the meeting agenda.
It is on the
meeting. I did not agree to this, but okay. Let's do it again.
Do it again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Teaching tech moment and teaching tech news.
Okay, I didn't know you were going to add the and in there, but it works.
That sounds horrible.
No, it was fine. I give it a 3 out of 5. It's our first time doing it.
He's showing out because we just got back. I'm sorry, Jamal. He's trying to rain on your parade.
Why are we doing raining here? No. But this is going to be a quick one, and this is a bit of a rant here, what grinds my gears, and I've been saying it for a while. I think Apple sucks. I'm sorry for the iPhone listeners. If you're listening to this on the podcast app on your iPhone, or you have an iPhone and you're listening right now, I apologize, but Apple sucks. And it was in the news right now, and you may say it's sour grapes.
I'm talking to that.
Okay, thank you for that. Sour grapes from Google, but they put Apple on blast. You know why? Because Apple doesn't use the latest protocols for their messaging. And so they should be using something called rich communication services. You don't need to know what that is, but just know if you have an iPhone and you've sent a video to your Android fellow friend and it comes out great, but they send the video back and it comes out garbage, this is all happening on the back end because of Apple. They want that experience to be terrible so they could say, look at how terrible their phones are. But it's all manufactured. You could send the same video back. Let's say Michael has a video of him cooking.
Michael.
Yeah, I'm talking Mike. I'm sorry. Yes.
I was. I mean,
never really name is being used today.
I apologize.
Okay, that's my name.
It is, but I've never really called you Michael. I'm sorry.
Never ever. That came out of your mouth. You never called me Michael, bro.
Felt a little formal when I said it out loud. It felt wrong.
Now I'm calling you Michael. I like it. Good job, Jamal.
Let's say Mike sent me a video from his iPhone and I sent that exact video back to him. It would come back in like 480p. It would look like garbage. And to a lot of people, you've seen it on black people Twitter, you've seen it on white people Twitter, you've seen it on, everybody's Twitter about how Android is trash and their videos are trash and all this, but it turns out it's being manufactured on Apple's end. If you can't get an iMessage, it's because they don't want you to get an iMessage. They like that you have the green bubble because it makes them feel superior. And I got to say it's working because the message is already done. I mean, how many Android users out there are made fun of by their Apple?
We're getting dogged. We're getting destroyed.
All the time. But I have a Pixel right now, and again, it's not sour grapes, but when people see my pictures that I take on my camera, they're like, oh my gosh, what'd you use with that? And I'm like, that's my Pixel. It has a delicious camera. It's nice. And they're like, really? An Android phone? And I'm like, yeah, it's just... So the messaging works, unfortunately. But in today's news, I just wish that we know a little bit how Apple does its practices, and then it changes people's minds, although I'm a skeptic. I don't think it will. What do you guys think? Your daughters have iPhones, Mike. Okay, Jessie.
Does this affect the emojis? Like when they get to put those little funny, like Apple used to get to put those funny things on their emojis, and we can't turn back and do the same thing. Does that have an effect also? Okay, now it makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Now it makes
sense. What
you
gonna say?
All right.
Yeah, can you put your hand down? Thank you.
What were you gonna say, Mike?
Hey, I'm gonna say that working with Jesse's like working with an iPhone, bro. A bunch of updates, but ain't never got a good finished product. You know what I'm saying? Every month he got a software update, and nothing ever really sticks, bro. Nothing changes, bro.
Hey, I'm always against the grain.
You are always against the grain. Sometimes not so good. I don't know.
Hey, that's what Apple says too. They're always against the grain, so they keep getting people to buy
Apple's are cheaters, bro. They're cheating the system.
Yeah, they sell you this product and they have a good name. They've manufactured a good name marketing wise, but they're giving you base product that's 3 or 4 generations behind from what Samsung and Android's already pushing out there. We already know that.
And we've said it on previous as far as like what do you call it? Wireless charging. The Europe just said the Type-C cables are going to have to be mandatory. So they're going to get rid of the lightning cables for a lot of iPhones. We're going to see what happens there. And they just haven't changed anything in the last 10 years. They gave you more lenses on the back. So now the back looks like it has a bunch of holes in the back of your camera. But outside of that, they haven't really changed anything. And maybe their users like that. Maybe I don't like change. I just like my iPhone. I don't know.
Right. And they cater to I think the younger generation and kids, a lot of kids want iPhones. I think they like
my
the
9-year-old.
colors.
My 9-year-old
They like
wants
the
an iPhone.
bubbles.
Yeah,
they like it's the bubbles. I told my son, I said, let me get you this sweet Galaxy Note. It's got power, blah. You'll never need another phone. No, I just want the iPhone 10. Just give me. Why?
Just give me the basic iPhone.
Just basic. I said the camera's better on the Android. You're gonna take better pictures. It doesn't have FaceTime. Well, we have Google Duo and Meets. It has the same capabilities, but it's not FaceTime. What's FaceTime? Oh, it's just video share. Okay, that's the same thing. It's okay.
No,
but anyway,
it's easier to do with his. And you know what? It's a group thing, right? When we get gaming systems, you get whatever gaming system your friends have, right? If everybody has Xboxes, you're getting Xboxes. And I think a lot of it's in. Again, they've kind of cornered the market. So if a kid wants an iPhone, it's because all their friends and everybody around them has iPhones. I think that's a lot of it. But yeah, that's Jamal getting off his soapbox. If you're ever thinking about why your Android friends are sending terrible video, it's not their fault. They're actually sending amazing video. It's just the in-between iPhone makes it look crappy for you to make them feel like they are less superior than you. That's all it is.
It's a game. iPhone's playing a game. All right, cool.
Yep, that's your teaching tech moment and teaching tech news. All right, everybody.
Teaching tech news.
That was really good, Jamal. I appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate both of you guys. But last but not least, Mr. Entertainment himself, Jesse, what are you going to talk to us about?
Today we're going to discuss something that's heavy, and Mr. Entertainment will be giving out his first apology ever. Thanks to Mike, I've watched Matt Teo's documentary.
There's a couple extra tats in there.
Matt Teo. Hey, we don't fight with you all the time.
Hey, we need to make a segment where I get names messed up all the time.
Oh my God. Probably like a 30-minute clip, dog. I would love it.
I think it's Manti
Teo. Dropped a Netflix documentary about a girlfriend that didn't exist. And if anybody didn't know, he was a linebacker for Notre Dame. He was in a relationship for 3 years with a woman that wasn't real, and he didn't know. It was a young man that orchestrated a whole bunch of scenarios to make Teo realize or think he was in a committed relationship with someone that was of a female, just a female, and he wasn't. And the news destroyed him. They got on him. They thought he was in on it. They accused him of being gay. They really just tried to destroy his whole career and defame him. And to watch the documentary and realize that he was honestly, telling the truth about the situation was really disheartening. I thought he was lying. So deep down from my heart, I want to apologize to the young man because it destroyed everything. It destroyed his career. It destroyed his whole way of life, man. From what the documentary showed, it was really disheartening to watch him struggle through life and try to figure things out. Hurt his relationship with his family. Go ahead, brother.
Is this all because he was catfish? Like because he was catfish, it destroyed his career? I'm having a hard time connecting the dots here. So my man got in a relationship with a fake person. Yes. And it was found out that the person was fake. And so everybody just kind of dragged him for it. Is that what you're telling me?
Nobody believed. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, here's the problem with this. They thought, you about to say something? I heard a breath, Jesse. You want to
it's all you.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought I heard you say something. Start to talk. But they vilified him after they thought that he was riding on the fact that his grandmother and girlfriend died on the same day. So that's the first issue. He got word back from his family that his grandmother passed away. Then he got word from this story of this catfish telling him that his girlfriend had passed away on the same day. So everybody was emotional. The fans were emotional. Everybody across the world took this young man's story and ran with it, saying that he was playing for his family and his girlfriend. He's been, hurt by this, in which and all right, he was really hurt by all this. He did not realize that his girlfriend wasn't dead because it was an all fabricated story. So that's what vilified him, because once they found out that it wasn't a girlfriend, the media took it and ran with it and said, this guy's a liar. And I remember this like it was yesterday, because the memes, and I thought the guy did it. And I was like, well, that's real stupid. Why would you make up a girlfriend and do all this? Because I didn't know the behind the scenes stuff was going on until, what was it, 20 years later when this documentary came out? Or was it 15?
My gosh, 20 years?
Yeah, about
Is it 20 years? It's about 15. Yeah, this came out. This is about 15 years ago when this happened to this young man. And I thought, but I was, younger then, but I didn't realize everything that was behind the scenes. So I thought he really did it. And I was like, okay, well, maybe he did do it, because the media portrayed it like he did all this. Come to find out, behind the scenes, it was never a girlfriend around. Jamal, if you haven't seen it, it's one that I would definitely recommend you watch as soon as you can, because your heart will rip out when you hear how wholesome this young man is and how he didn't have to go through this, bro. It was crazy.
That brings up a very topical question here. Should our lives be the focal point of everybody else's business? Like, is it because he was under a microscope? Like, what made his story like shine for everybody to be like, look at how terrible you are? Because everybody thought it was a real person. Jesse?
Go ahead, Jess.
So I think because Top Spin is the one that discovered the story. Top Spin had a ulterior motive on. They were trying to attack ESPN for not doing their due diligence on the lady.
Dead spin.
Yeah, dead spin.
Top spin is it's a golf ball. It's something you put.
Dead spin was really, trying to embarrass ESPN. I think ESPN way of covering it up was to get all like social media, every type of media, to just attack this man's character. Because they didn't want to admit, like, okay, we covered this. We thought this girl was real. She wasn't. We don't know. Nobody knows what is going on. They don't know that there's another young man involved. He is trying to figure out his sexuality. So it was just a lot of things happening, and nobody knew anything. So the media decision was, let's just focus on Teo. It's his fault. Everything is on him. And for me, that was hard to watch.
So is it victim blaming? Like, he should have known that he was being catfished. He should have known all this.
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
Yes.
That's pretty depressing. That's kind of terrible. All right, I'm going to check it out. Where can people who are listening, where can they check this out?
Netflix.
And the name of the documentary is called?
The name of the documentary is The Girlfriend That Never Existed.
Awesome.
Untold. It's from
Untold.
It's Untold.
The Girlfriend That
never existed.
I saw the title block, and it's been in the top 10 for most looked at Netflix shows for a good while now.
Number 2 right now.
Yeah, so people are really resonating with this too, and I hope this gives some kind of closure to everyone around him and him, for people actually knowing the truth. And if it's gone on as long as you say, Mike, then it's pretty terrible.
It is, and I just saw a interview he did thanking everybody for all the prayers and things like that for his family. He just put a public apology out there, and he asked for forgiveness even 15 years ago from the guy that set him up and catfish. He didn't want to prosecute. He didn't show any malice towards the guy. He was just like, I forgive that person for that. And till this day, he's still saying, I forgive them for doing that, even though it probably really, because you got to think about, and me and Jessie, we were talking about this the other day, of how if you go into your job, Jamal, and one day hey, Jamal, he's the computer, he's the IT guy, that's my homie, he helps us. And then the next day something comes out about you in your life, and then everybody like, look at that mother, that Jamal, look, he sucks,
everybody
he's
turns
terrible.
on me. Turns
on you, but you didn't do anything wrong. And you had nothing to do with why people turn it, but all of a sudden, how would you feel going to work and experiencing that from actually being on top?
That would,
being
feel terrible.
comfortable.
I would feel absolutely terrible.
And that's exactly what his life was after that thing happened. And he probably never could get it back. He could never get back to normalcy because of, I mean, they was calling him all kind of names. And bro, it was, if you get a chance,
really bad.
It was bad, bro. It was bad. But, and he was a young kid. You talking 20-something years old.
19, 20.
20 years old. Being at the top, being a top scouted, recruited, personable, all the coaches loved him. To all of a sudden this happens because of somebody wanted to, I guess they was in their own feelings and couldn't figure out how to manage their own life just to set this whole thing up. I still don't understand that. I would have prosecuted, but that's just me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you ruined my life. I mean, why wouldn't I want to bring you down, pig? But all right, man. Thank you.
I think he understood the other man's plight of trying to figure out his sexuality. And that's kudos to Teo.
That takes a huge person. He was still taking advantage of him, though.
To step out of his shoes and still consider that other person that tricked him and ruined his life, to say, I still don't want to see him suffer. And I just want to say to all of us, all the listeners, even us, man, we gotta do a better job of just, sometimes there are just really good people in the world, and we can't be out here just thinking because they have this money or this talent that there's something wrong. That we have to be able to accept that there's good people out there. Period. No ifs and buts about it. And I want to tell that man I apologize.
Well, I'm proud to hear you say that, brother, because I know you've had some experience with being catfish, right? You had some moments where you were catfish before.
Okay, we're not going to, don't have to air out your. Listen, the bait is in the water.
I'm taking the Teo approach of I forgive everyone.
The bigger man, you didn't take.
I forgive everyone.
Mike was trying to catfish you into an argument right now.
I was just trying to say from his experience, being a single man in our group. You know, maybe there was a time where he felt like he was catfish, but really wasn't. That's all. Just experience.
I forgive everyone when I have been put in those positions.
Okay, all right.
Thanks to Teo and him putting out his life story.
All right.
Well, thank you for bringing that story to our attention, Jesse. Once again, this has been an episode of Call a Brother Podcast. Tune in. We're going to be on a regular schedule, hopefully, and be having podcasts more regularly. Now that we've got
cross those fingers, Mike. Cross those fingers.
Yeah, he's crossing. Thank you all for the people still asking, hey, when's the next podcast? And we hope you enjoy this one. And we can't wait to hear from you guys and for you to listen. So talk to you later, everybody.
Mr. Entertainment out.
Welcome to the video, P. Yo.
I don't know.
Welcome.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. If you can't see us, we're dancing. This is my move.
That's your move.
Stop.
All right. Yeah. All right. See you, everybody.
Don't put baps out there. Just stop.